Thank you for your time, Tobie. We are so grateful for you staying the course of what God has called you to here at Nike.
I think it's important that people realize that you can make a difference wherever God has placed you. I know for sure this is where He placed me. I believe that God places people in all areas. I've been called to do something here in the corporate world. Somebody else may be called to do something in the missionary world, or in a church, or as a doctor. You name the vocation. Well, the Apostle Paul was a tent maker. I mean, people think of him as obviously a missionary, and he was, but he still funded himself by the skill that God gave him as a tent maker. To me, that says, hey, God has placed people outside of the actual church. I feel like me being in the corporate world the last 25 plus years, I've been a tent maker. Well, I've been a shoemaker, but I'm pretty sure this is where He wants me to be, for now anyway. In John 6:29, Jesus said, the main thing that you need to do for the work of God is to believe in Him who was sent. Believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
He's the compass that I point to.
One thing I love about you, Tobie, is the new Flyease, which I know that you've said to me this is a passion project for you personally. I would love to know the journey.
Our motto here, and our corporate mission statement is provide inspiration and innovation to every athlete. Until I started working with those who had specific needs, maybe me even personally was not even fulfilling that statement. For those who have physical limitations, it's difficult. It can be difficult. I think it's our job to make it easier for them, to make it better for their quality of life. Diabetics, you have cerebral palsy, you have all of these other things where, again, it affects people's ability to put on their own shoes. Our CEO believed in it. I certainly obviously believed in it. And when it starts with belief, I think everything else can follow. When we say, if you have a body, you're an athlete, that means everybody. The idea of a shoe for an easier entry and exit came to me from Mark Parker when he received a call from our first employee, Jeff Johnson, who unfortunately had a stroke. His left side was pretty functional, his right side was pretty non-functional. Mark called me up and said, hey, Tobie, we need to help him. I started thinking about doors on a hinge. When you open it, it's literally like a hinge door, and then literally you just close the door. Jeff, pretty much almost in the next breath, he said, hey, this isn't just about me. This is about all the other parts of the population that could truly benefit. That's what launched us into how can we do this beyond doing it just for Jeff. There was this letter that was put on the social media addressed specifically to Mark Parker.
Dear Mr. Parker, my name is Matthew Walzer. I am a high school student and will be a junior at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida.
Matthew in his letter said, in a couple years, Mr. Parker, I'm going to be going to college, and I really don't want to have my parents there to tie my shoes for me.
Cerebral palsy stiffens the muscles in the body. As a result, I have flexibility in only one of my hands, which makes it impossible for me to tie my shoes. Bill Bowerman said it best, if you have a body, you are an athlete.
I mean, he understood why we do and what we do, but he was just asking.
I wanted to say, look, this is a real issue. These are daily challenges that millions of disabled people face. Can you guys help me out?
I think this is what we're supposed to do. Matthew was looking really for a basketball style. He really loved basketball. He loved LeBron James. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna take this zipper in the back so that this could literally just peel open. The main thing was about him getting in the shoes. adjusting the shoes, closing the shoes, and then be able to get out of those shoes all by himself. And we gave it to him.
I'll never forget that night, taking them out of the box and putting them on. I just felt this wave of independence that I never got to experience before.
So we've been working with Matthew from September 2012. He's right up there with some of the best. I can't say it's really any different than what I've done with a Tiger Woods or a Maria Sharapova or a Michael Johnson. You know, apart from the fact that we're thousands of miles apart, I'm still getting the same kind of information. It's been a great back and forth, but what I knew I was gonna need to get to was the fact that I was gonna need to see him in the shoes. So I think what this has done for us is it brought it into sight. It brought it into our vision. Oh, hi. Oh my gosh. Now what we need to do is we need to broaden that vision.
So nice to meet you.
Give me a hug, man. It's led to what's going to be released to the public in the Zoom Soldier 8 Flyease. Flyease is a cutting-edge wraparound zipper system that makes getting into a shoe much easier for those who have trouble with their hands.
He inspired us at Nike to be able to bring something special for the masses.
So we wanted to present you the very, very first pair of those before anybody else.
I think it's an unbelievable story, and I'm very honored and very blessed that my shoe is part of the whole project. The inspiration that he gave us is gonna last for a lifetime.
Wants to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Oh my.
What's going on,
What's
bud?
up?
How you doing?
Good, good.
Oh, you can stay right there, man.
Good?
You can stay right there.
At some point, some people become less able sooner than others.
Thank you,
Yeah,
LeBron.
no, you're awesome, man.
But eventually we all become less able. Because again, it's not just about stroke victims. It's not just about cerebral palsy. It's about all of it. And thus the Flyease technology.